So should I move this a little bit so both of us might? Push it out.
No, it's because the bump.
Okay, so what's up, everybody? We're trying to get this situated still. You got to scoot in, I think. All right. So what's up, everybody? Say hi.
Hi.
So this is actually our first live, and it was just kind of done on a whim. The truth is, earlier today, I did do a video in the car because I knew I wouldn't have a bunch of time, or in the truck, and it's still not uploaded. So that was like at 2 o'clock. Why is that happening? What's going on?
Probably because you're losing the connection all the time, and it's like I don't know. Well, it's because you have an iPhone, probably.
Okay. iPhone versus Android. All right. Anyway, so we'll just take like questions or whatever. I was almost thought about doing the video live that I did today, but it's already up. So, I mean, it's just taking a bunch of time. Okay, so there's 17 people. I was going to wait till there's a few more, 21. Got a lot of replies today privately and on my comment section about the video I did yesterday, in which I said that I am going on Colin Trio's show. Mr. Mustard, if you're out there, Mr. Mustard, you know who Mr. Mustard is. He's my favorite guy, right? Anyway, hard critic and can be really good too. But anyway, I just read the comment from you, and you're like, you should have. I think you said you shouldn't be doing it at this time. What do you think, babe, about me going on people's platforms, that originally criticized me, but then, well, some people think it's a setup, like I'm going to be ambushed, like,
Oh yeah.
attack. Whatever.
Well, I think that you give too much attention to haters,
Okay.
and I think that you are too emotional in your responses, or you should think twice before to respond.
All the time? Or
All
right now?
the time.
Okay. So I talked to Sean today, my old seller. Sean.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah. So, and I asked him, because I was leaving the counselors and we're talking again about ADHD or whatever. What do you say I have?
ADHD.
Okay. And so my counselor brought that up recently too. And people on here would probably concur because I bounce all over my topics, whatever. And I asked Sean, you knew me. You were with me. Even when we worked sales, you knew me well for a couple of years. Do you think that I have some? And he did not, based on what he knew about me and how I was then. So in other words, he's basically saying kind of what I say, that I was like more calm, cool, and collective. Now, I will say this, and I can go all the way back to when we first started corresponding and when I first talked to Rick. It's like Ricky, like when I got into an argument with her. You remember in 2000? So that I can respond poorly and be very mean. When
Oh yeah.
It is true. And that's one of the things he brought up was like, so you were like focused, but when you flipped, like you went all the way wild, like your eyes got crazy and you like lost your mind. And, he did say that. But as far as the bouncing and he said that I did not. And I just kind of brought it up because I just left counseling, Anyway, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up.
Oh, they say that the video is blurry. I think we have to buy probably a new camera. This is very old.
Wait, the video of us right now is blurry? Okay, I'm not reading comments yet. I'm sorry. Johnny Leonard, what's up? Tony, God bless you, beautiful wife. Okay. Can you tell a little more about Carmine Persico's stained dentures? Why didn't he take more pride in his appearance? Okay, so you've heard the others. Okay, look, that was something really well known amongst people. So let me say this. I remember Carmine coming back from visit one day, and his little grandson, Carmine, who he adored, his youngest daughter and son-in-law's kid, said, like grandpa or whatever he called him, like, why are your teeth so yellow? And he just laughed. And it was actually after that visit that I suggested the bleach, because I have a partial, even though my teeth are kind of, they're stained constantly, even after they get cleaned. I suggested the bleach, and he like flicked bleach on my dentures, blah, blah, blah. So again, that's one of those things I brought up that was like knowledge within the prison environment where he was. Carmine was older. I had a grandfather that they had the same kind of habits. For example, soap on the hands was bad because their thought was it would take away germs that you need to keep you more healthy. Do you understand that thinking?
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so that's and dishes, never put soap on dishes, water only. He freaked out on me about that a few times. And I even tried to like be slick and do it, and he completely went AWOL. There's a guy named Kazi. So Joey Testa was there. He would know everything about this. A guy named Kazi from Philadelphia, whose people, I think he watches a lot, but his people replied to me, not him. But I wish somebody in his camp would weigh in and say it, because I know he's laughing. And I did not say that to demean Carmine. I swear I did not. So what did I think about Carmine? What were you were there. So real quick, you came into my life when I was already with Carmine for a couple of years, right?
Yes.
And do you remember what he said about you when you came? I told you. So when Marta, we started corresponding, even before our correspondence went to a relationship level, he like had us like being together. Like he saw that, like, Robert, she's gonna come over, blah blah blah. Matter of fact, he was gonna hook you up with the limousine. Remember the limo? I told you about that. His family, they had like a limo or somebody, and he was gonna like take care of everything. Don't worry about it, I got her. Remember all that? Mm-hmm. So there's stories I tell about Carmine that some people get offended. Danny Trio, who I have not talked to yet, but I really want to. He knows somebody that's, I guess, related or in that family or whatever. And they got mad because I talked about some hygiene issues, and I was laughing about it. But the only thing that I said, well, no, I've talked about, well, there's some things I don't know, the sauce and, okay, there's things that I said, but like I said, they were common knowledge, and I did not say them to like put him down. The only thing I probably violated between Carmine and I was what he said about Alley Boy. I would say that because that was said in confidence, and well, that was us talking, and so that would be the only real thing. The teeth sat on the table. He didn't. So he had all his teeth out, and he had the dentures, but he washed them, but he just didn't brush them or put them in the cleaner. I don't know. That's just him. And I'm not saying he's funky 24/7. That's not. And by the way, I did a story about Carmine's pimple, and I'll be damned if within 2 weeks, what did I have on my back? A pimple. Not as big as Carmine's, but
nasty.
Wow.
Well, I love it. I love to comb it, actually. I think it's a girl's thing because I know a lot of girls that they like it.
I mean, it's on it was like on my mid to lower back. Yeah. And as soon as oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that was kind of like karma for telling the story coming back at me, right? So anyway, and Danny, if you guys are out there, it's true that I was mad at Carmine one night, and the night that I drank, okay, I want to be clear about that. 3 years, 7 months, 27 days, close to that. That's what I was sober. I did drink twice at Butner during that time. So if people want to say that's not fully sober, I drank twice. One of them was with the guy named Blake Bartleston, John Conza, I think John, who was up? There was like 3 or 4 guys. So here's what happened at Butner 1 in Georgia Tech. At night, you can open your door, there's no locks, and you can go out and run around cell to cell. No problem. So the guys that were drinking and cooking and making moonshine, we only got shook down starting in 2000 and the end of 2010 before I left. Prior to that, I think we were shook down 3 times the whole time I was there. So they had wine spots, And there was probably more fights at Butner 1, no cameras, that guys got away with than any other prison I've been at. Soft prison, but a lot of fistfights. I got into them over Carmine, So yes, one night I got into a fight over Carmine cutting the line, and like they had a line for the microwave, and he was hungry and he had food anxiety, and he cut in front of everybody, and somebody flipped out, and I ended up having to deal with it. And that was the night that I was all angry. And yes, I did say to John Conza and Blake Bartleston that, like, I'm going to go in there and take the pillow and smother him. Nobody will ever know. I did say that straight up. Kill him. I mean, I was angry at him before he went to bed, and I was drinking, and I was like, when you drink, sometimes you're in a good mood, and it enhances it. If you're in a bad mood or frustrated, it enhances it. That was where I was at when I said that. I remember John and Blake like laughing, like, you can't do that, Rob. I'm like, no, I'm going to right now. But of course, and again, Carmine Persico was more of a father to me. And I don't say this to put down my dad. It's because I was in prison all my life. He was more of a dad to me than my father. That's taught me a lot, learned a lot, had conversations about, not mob stuff, just life stuff. Very smart man with a 4th grade education level or whatever, but very, very smart. And I've said it before. When I left, I was sad, right? I mean, you were part of that.
Yeah, I remember.
And he cried, and he said, "You're a good man, Robert Ross. I've never met anyone like you." He did say that. That's true stuff. True stuff. So yes, there was that, and I know maybe that makes some of the mob guys that don't like me even more mad. Like, so if that's the case, how can you? Again, the hygiene stuff that I mentioned, I was more laughing about because people talked about that a lot. Not like, "Ooh, Carmine's so nasty." It was like, "Can you believe?" Like, it was more like that, really. Anyway, do you remember anything else about Carmine that I was taught? Because it was always there. Don't go on. Okay, Scott Hunter, don't go on the Dingleberg show. You're way above. So I offered right in the beginning to go on FBS's show, like right when the Calandra thing came out. And I did tell him I was going to put some photos up. I don't think I put. What happened? We didn't put a Tommy Reynolds photo up on my Facebook page. Only Tommy Karate.
Only Tommy Karate, because I don't have a photo from you
with me and Tommy.
Nope.
There's one in that pile over there. Okay, so, but I did originally comment in his comment section. I wasn't being like an asshole. I wanted to go on. So people say, Jeff Nadeau, Rob, don't get caught up in the MobTube stuff. I never heard of MobTube prior to the day after the first Calandra video. Never had a clue. So, babe, a lot of people think I'm calculated, like that I do stuff with intent. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but in regards of what?
So, for example, like you did a video with Calandra because you wanted more subscribers. You did it because da-da-da-da. In other words, like I'm thinking like what's gonna, the consequences, or am I more spontaneous and just wake up one day and do something?
I think the more spontaneous.
I don't know what I'm gonna do in the morning.
Emotional.
Well, that was.
Even it's sometimes emotional. You see a video, oh, I'm gonna respond this about this, Yeah, it's more about that.
Well, okay. Yeah. So my point was a lot of people have accused me of like doing certain things to get more subscribers, to do blah, 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 this XYZ. And it's how many times have I come on and said tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to do this. She gets so mad because 9 times out of 10, I don't follow through. And the reason is because of things that have been going on in my life. Yes? No?
Well, I don't know. Since I'm with you, you don't usually stick up on something. I mean, you don't usually do what you say that you are going to do, Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Enemies of me, my wife. So I think I'm taking offense to that. Is that when I was in prison or now or when or what?
I think that now that you are, I'm going to do this. And it's like, so don't say that you are going to do it because you're not going to do it. When you say that you are going to do it, probably it's not going to do it.
So let me ask you this. Last week when I told you before, like, I'm going to come in this office and I'm going to spend so many days, I'm going to do this. Did I start to do that the first day? Was that, did you believe, was I starting to do exactly that? I'm going to make X amount of videos. I'm going to focus. You understand?
Yes.
Did I not start? It started on a Monday. Did I not do it on a Monday?
Started, yeah,
and then
but
what
I
happened?
know that there are a lot of Mondays I'm going to do on Monday. Monday something happened.
So after the 31st of May, yeah, I'm starting to get, so I want to yell at her. I'm just kidding. After the 31st of May, were things better? Was I getting my feet more on the ground?
Everything was totally different.
Okay.
That's totally true. When we didn't get outputs, that was totally different.
Okay, so it was that time in which I said, like, okay, I can start seeing articles in my head. I'm ready to start, like, looking at manuscripts. Like, I have never, since I've been out, been ready to write. You even said that you didn't believe I was going to write again at some point, but I started seeing. Go ahead.
Because I'm not like I see you. Like, you really need to be consistent to write and this kind of, and this is what I think that you are not that good. Being consistent. That's the problem.
So I'm trying to, okay. So she's helping all my enemies. So let me see the comment sections about this. She's not coming up anymore. She's hit. Please send money. So I actually brought her on to pimp her out. It's for money reasons. So it's the last day of the month. Please send us more money. There's my wife. Get up and wiggle around. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. You're not that strategic, Rob. Bradley. So Bradley's been Bradley Nichols. Wow, what a story when I can finally get around to it. Wow, that I cannot wait to really spend hours with him, Bradley. That's going to come. Quit explaining your comments. No, Denise. Good. Don Shea. Anyone? Then how do you choose Jimmy Calandra of all people? Okay, Finn Freak. So I got to stop. Latin women are the greatest. Jimmy controls all the clowns. Listen, Jimmy controls all these clowns. Okay, Sean. How did I choose Jimmy? I had a conversation with Lee today about this. This is what happened with Jimmy Calandra. It was going to be the interview with Tommy Reynolds. I actually have a video recording of Tommy and I discussing the upcoming, like, okay, Tommy, so when you call back next time, I'm going to push it. I have a work phone. The deal I made with probation, U.S. probation, because the Bureau of Prisons was complaining to the probation about me contacting inmates, is that I will record the inmates that call me to protect myself, him, whatever. So I don't do it to like be slick and record. It's not about that. So I'm like, okay, well, he said like, okay, this is what we're going to focus on. The lady, like Tommy's, people have no idea how much he's affected by that accidental murder. And I say accidental murder because it was. So he then started changing his mind because he said, Rob, I want to do the interview, but I want to look my interviewer in the eyes. So that's the thing. Like, he wants to be able to sit down. And then I'm like, okay, you know what, Tom, just wait till you get out. Now that he has his compassion release, 5 years, whatever. And plus he has a lot to say and he can do this. So I mentioned something about going on Jimmy's show. I reached out to Jimmy Calandra in a friendly way. And this was my close friend's, one of his informants. And let me say again, Tommy Reynolds was not in prison just that Jimmy Calandra piece. Of course, he said scumbag a couple times, but he told stories about their childhood in an affectionate type of way. Laughed, like when Jimmy did this or Paul, like he was telling stories. Then I see Jimmy on videos and I felt connected to him because I knew what he was going to say. I felt like I was kicking it with him. I reached out to him. I then said, let me ask Tommy first. So Tommy's response was, Rob, you can do whatever you want, but here's the deal. I have a problem. Jimmy did what he did. He cooperated. He chose to do that. Okay. I have a problem with him now making money off telling our stories. He did say that. So I said, I knew other stories about Jimmy. And I said, Tommy, I'm going to go ahead and do a piece about Jimmy. He says, you don't need, you do whatever you want. You're grown. love you, trust you, whatever, you do what you want to do. So I then studied Jimmy for several days that if she heard his voice again, would maybe break the TV. Like I binged watched Jimmy for like 2 days, right? Studied everything he was saying, his patterns. And I noticed the pattern, which I talked about, good guy Jimmy and all that. And the laughing. So to be clear, after that murder, he didn't laugh all the way from the door to the car, if I made it sound that way. It was in the car. He made some jokes, some wisecracks. As Tommy was saying, he was going to hell. As Chris was saying, what did you do? What did you do? Yes, he absolutely said that. And I know who else knows that. Tommy Karate. So there are people that know about that. That is true. Now, after I did the philanthropies, and yes, I did. Did I attack, clown, whatever? Because I said good guy Jimmy, and I started psychoanalyzing him. The following day, a different story came out that was brought up that I'd been told about before. And at that point, I knew people reached out to me, stop, don't get involved in this. And that's when I found out about Mob 2. That was the whole Jimmy, that's the backdrop. At this point, I watched the reactions after I did the videos. And of course, I react poorly a lot too, as my wife just outed me. And I've admitted, I was threatened by Jimmy and FBS, which I want to talk to FBS. I want to go on the show with them, with those guys. Really, I do. I'm going to, if FBS will go. I saw him threaten me, talk about calling probation, talk about calling, and then he talked about punching and hurting people, and then he started preaching. So I was like, wow, I like, and then I started making more jokes. At this point right now, I am going to say this. So I am going to make Don't Be Jimmy t-shirts, 1,000%. I'm researching the stuff, I'm and I think it's funny. Because I think, so you know who was good about sticking labels on people that stuck, that made sense? Donald Trump. Crooked Hillary, lying Ted. That's maybe where I got all that, because I'm a big political, well, I was in prison especially. So now it's sticking. That's why I mentioned my personal stuff with the family, the drunks on the hill, the tweak. In town, when I drive around in town, there has been people that's like, how the drunks on the hill and the tweak town. It sticks. I did that because I don't have money to go after. It's like defending myself is the way. The reason I talk about the family issues, I wanted to go way harder than I have. It's more of a defense mechanism, and whatever. But Jimmy, so that I'm all in on that one. That's true. But yeah. So anyway. Make sense? Did I make sense right now, or did I bounce too much, or what? Tell me. Jimmy's crying now about, I missed that. Okay, do it on your show, giving him views. Rob, just let all the drama roll off the poor little guy's feelings. No. You got to understand. So I know people on my channel hate certain people. Look, Lee reached out to me, Cole. He was in the first paragraph. It was real respectful. Then he kind of went in and he set the bait. He's good. He was good, but he got me at the perfect time that day. He got me at the perfect time, and he read what I wrote in the second show that they did, or the third show they did about me, and I was actually embarrassed. I was literally embarrassed, like, holy shit. When I did the video where I came on and I did the, which I did it, and I think it's funny still. People are like, what's wrong with it? I think it was very funny. You guys see me at the end, and I talk about somebody's here. That was a process server, my mom's attorney serving me. When I got that letter, I flipped out and I wrote the stupidest email to one of the most powerful attorneys in the state. Just jackass stuff. I really did. Totally did. That's how I felt, and I apologized to him too. So I watched Danny and them beat me up, talk a bunch of shit. So then I responded, playing kind of back with Danny Trio. I was trying to look at him and judge him. Way off base, by the way. He was a real deal in prison. I'm going to give the guy all that. I've listened to his backstory. He was in the hole a lot. So he wasn't an inmate. He was a convict in prison. Okay. I misjudged him, based on the fact that he was around New York street guys, and most of the mob guys I know are model inmates. That's how I judged him. My bad. So he was the real deal. So I was totally off base there. Yes. So I am not afraid to go on anybody's show who does not like me. Now, if it gets to be, you're this, you're like, that's stupid. But if they want to talk, people can criticize me. Hey, they can criticize me and say, well, really, you're being a rat by now by putting this. That's fair to say that. My view on this whole thing is that anything that was prison knowledge, I have no problem putting out. So that's my view, okay? Wrong or right, that's my view, and I'm standing by it. Wrong or right, I believe one day all these videos on prison that people do, it'll all lead to criminal justice reform. Whether that never happens or I'm delusional, I believe that. Okay, I do. Hopefully it won't go sideways wrong. And people say, quit explaining yourself. Look, it's when I explain myself, if you guys notice, it's like a stream of conscious thought. I'm talking to myself as well. Yeah, so I will explain myself, and I'm probably going to continue because that's me. Am I me when I'm on this channel a lot? You get mad because I put out too much sometimes, especially like a perfect example, and I said it many times, the drinking. Yes, there's been issues, but she said I make it sound like I'm just some, lush, like, what do you, right? Isn't that your view?
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
I just think that you shouldn't mention that, period. That's what I think.
Babe, am I not as open, as honest as I can be?
Oh, yes, that's exactly. Oh, yeah.
That's
totally honest.
So that's how I choose to do this, right? And I know there's people that don't believe some of my stories or that. And then I do the whole explaining thing. You guys are right about that. It's just, it's me. It's my character or character flaw, right? I appreciate all of your comments. I really, really sincerely do. And I know there's a couple people that have like spent time telling me something, and like an hour later, I'll do something totally different. And they're frustrated with me. You too. So it's just, I don't know. I'm as much. You guys are seeing the real me on here. I'm telling you, you guys are seeing the real me, right, wrong, or indifferent. I see people sometimes, Rob, you look worn out. Rob, you like this. You look stressed. Take your time off. Well, of course, if you guys understood the full extent of things, and I'm not a victim. I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to do that. There's been a lot. There's been a lot, right? And yeah, I'm gonna add to it and dog me some more. Dog me means hurt me more.
Why? Looking worse.
No, because everything I say, you're like, no, that's not it. It's cool. No, this is good. This is good, even though we'll yell later. No, I'm just kidding. Lee Cole's a professional troll. Okay. It's possible he got me. He was strategic and got me. However, so that's his platform. He's got a lot. He doesn't have the subs I do, but he has, I think, more views. But again, look. Let's say that me and FBS do a show together. There's things I can probably learn from him, and it may be not right away, but I'll sit and think about it. You guys, if you guys knew like how much I sit and ponder on things so it would resonate at some point if he made a good point. FBS made a good point about me just the other day on the show that they were criticizing me when he talked about you're not in recovery, you're da-da-da-da, because he was a cocaine addict and he thinks alcohol is just, it's a Band-Aid. It's true. It's a Band-Aid on recovery, for sure. So he was right. Dan Shea on 17. My advice about going back and forth with content creators, forget about it. Kevin, I said in the beginning, that was never my intent. It also was not my intent with Jimmy Calandra. Now you're going to say, what did you think was happening? I didn't know that Jimmy was as popular as he was, even with the 20,000 or whatever subs. I didn't think that far ahead. Now, so then there's the attacks coming, and then I do the stupid Donald Trump, and I'm not trying to compare myself over and over again to Donald Trump. I'm giving examples. Donald Trump, remember how he fought too much, like battles he shouldn't have? So that's kind of what I get myself into, like stuff I shouldn't have. I would not have ever responded to Lee Cole had I been in a more sound frame of mind. Meaning, if things didn't happen earlier that day that did, And that was just like, you know, and then I got in too deep. Then I got myself in there. But I am looking forward to going on that show, not to have a war, not to this, to talk. And you know what? I think Danny Trio, now that I understand more about who he is, I think I'd like to have him on this show and not talk about any criticism we've done, talk about his time in prison, and just of him as a person. I know that he likes to talk smack like I do at times. I've seen him, but behind that, there's a story. There's a real prison story. The guy's, yeah, I'd love to. So yeah, I'm not like, so people say, Rob, don't do that. They'll mob troll you. If I stand on what I say, the stories I put out, who can really hurt me? They can use your junkie. They can use alcohol. They can use the things I put out there about family. They can use all that. I'm giving them fuel. It's true. But at the same time, I can never foresee an incident where like I can be smacked down and like made to look a fool because all I have to do is stick to my truth. That's all. That's my opinion. Okay, we'll see. I'm sorry to the people who care about me, that have been there with me for a long time, that are giving me like adamant advice. Don't do it. So really, without a lot of you guys that have been there, I wouldn't have, my channel keeps growing. I got a lot, so I do value your subs, which she would say, then spend more time talking to them than your anti-comments. And it's true. And you know what? And like I said before, there is that part of me that likes to talk smack back and then just like stuff it in you. And there is childish. It gives me dopamine spikes, and it's sick, wrong, right? It's true. How can I? Especially when you go to bed at night and I'm alone by myself. Anyway.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and the mob genre. So I never even knew. Jeff, you said something I never even knew, and I don't know what my future holds as far as going back. The Johnny Mac guy the other day, I was trying to give him some time about just answering, but that was dumb. Yeah, so I've put myself out on a platform that's a public person, even though I'm still like not at 10,000 subs. So if I didn't expect criticism, then I'm stupid. Anybody that comes on a platform and doesn't expect some kind of criticism, stupid. Now, my response is what can make things worse, and I make it worse a lot. You want to say anything?
Well, there are a lot of people that say that you talk too much about all of this. It's like you go in circles.
Okay, so about what? About the MobTube stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so except for Jimmy, which I did not know at the time, I didn't like draw first blood with Cole and Tria, meaning that, or FBS, I didn't even know who he was. So they come out and start not criticizing my story, but me as a person, and having a whole platform on something that's based on false. I feel like I needed to defend myself. That's just, maybe that's a mistake, but I do. So if somebody does a show about me and it's based on something that's not correct and it just spirals and goes, then like I want to come back and say, if you want to criticize me, here's what you should criticize me on. Like I even give people like examples what to criticize me on. So remember, I wanted to do the Junkie Loser video that you were against based on, I think, FBS saying certain stuff. And I'm like, no, get it correct. So get the history of me correct. And so you're off base here, so people would understand more. That's my thinking behind it. And I have to add this, right or wrong. And please, you guys that have been with me for a long time, don't take offense. Obviously, something's working right because I am growing in subs a lot. Now, The problem is that I don't want them to be artificial subs where people are going to just want the drama and not stick around for the bigger picture, because this will mature into other, I want to keep telling prison stories, but I have more serious issues to talk about. It seems, so my probation, the top guy said that I love to create chaos. You said that too, right? I mean, anyway, that if you guys knew how my brain worked and how I put little thought into that first.
Look.
Oh, thank you. Who is it? I can't see it. Can you see it? Can you read that?
Jared.
Oh, Jared, thank you. Good luck to you and your wife, Rob. It isn't much, but I hope this helps. It's we do appreciate it. We absolutely appreciate it. We're gonna be fine as long as I keep my end of the bargain. We're gonna be fine. Of course, financially, we got some issues right now for certain reasons, but it's all right. Jimmy Mack is a bottom feed, a new channel coming soon. See, bro. Okay, Mobland, I hear you. Beers Richard, Danny Shea. What nationality is Marta? She's from Spain. I'm sorry. She's Catalan. Yes, at this point, you should move on from SBI. You have surpassed them in views. Right. Okay. So it's not about surpassing in views, though. So again, so that they're content creators. I don't wish them their channels to go away or bad luck, even though I can talk smack, and I do think it was very funny when I made that comment about Shia LaBeouf.
An important question.
Yeah.
They are asking me if I like Barca or Real Madrid.
Go ahead.
You can answer this.
Don't ever say Real Madrid. Barca all the way. What are they called? The Culus? Culés?
Yes. Forza Barca.
Marta way hotter than Shauna. FBI is jealous as hell. Who's Shauna? FBI jealous as hell. I'm out. I don't know who Shauna. I'm not sure who that is, bro. Sparing your energy, love. I think he has a point. Anyway, sad with respect always. Richard Dowling. Marta looks bored.
She started to talk, saying, no.
Okay, they want to hear more. Anybody on YouTube is going to have trolls hated. Make trolls feel important. Love, Marta. We'll keep my eye out for the Mobland, brother. Hope all is well, mate. Thanks, C. Sean, then stay away from Lee Cole. He records people on the phone when talking. People told me that. Catalan is not Spanish. You want to say something about anything?
That's true. It's a different language.
Okay, interesting. Convict Inc. Do real gangsters steal the photos of gangsters of their immediate families' Facebook pages? Okay, so of course there's going to be people that know more things about these guys or content creators than I do. Perfect examples when I came out and I said certain things and basically apologized to the guys at Convict's Perspective. I got flooded with other stuff and document like I spoke to Flacco and he was, I enjoyed the conversation. Rob, you've been through hell and now you're a lucky man. Thank you, Chris. Lee's greed and disloyalty tarnished his brand. All right, April. You will see my face. See, I mean, Mobland. See, I mean, you will see my face. Okay. Mobland, is that like a threat or are you saying, okay, whatever? I don't think it is. See, I mean, okay. So so I don't know if that's threat, but I have got like crazy threats in the past. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. Some people said some real bad stuff in the beginning about her or cease and desist now. Man, I would never put something out if I was serious. I would just go do it. Barca, world's smallest violin. Oh, you went da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I will jump on sometime. See, yeah, I will jump on sometime, Mobland. See, please explain a little bit more because I'm just not, I want to get what you're saying. That's all. Can you describe life in the hole? How do you avoid going crazy? Drugs, alcohol. Push-ups. I started writing when I was in the hole. I read The Hot House and that sparked writing in me. I stopped learning in 7th grade. Really, I went to Catholic school. The next 3 years, everything I did, I already knew from Catholic school. And then I started drugs and dropped out and all that other stuff. So I didn't know how to write. If you see my first letters from prison, especially my first two, I'm illiterate, basically. To this day, I know what a noun is and I know what a verb is. I don't know what a preposition is, and I can write. I don't know anything about all that. It's true. So it's all because I would sit sometimes and write a paragraph in the shoe. One paragraph I've spent like a month on, like getting my style down, which is now, some of you guys have read it. And one day I will write again. Been talking about it a lot lately and just talk. You're doing great, bro. Salute. Thanks, Joey Frakes. Dan Shea, respect to your outreach with convict's perspective shows you are a man and can admit your mistakes. Thank you, Dan Shea. Keep it thorough. You wouldn't go to Flacco's mother's Facebook page, steal her photos, and watermark them convict ink. Okay, I hear you what you're saying. No, I would not do that. We punch back are the rats. Thin freak. Will Tommy Reynolds ever write a book or come on your channel? Tommy Reynolds will be out, like 5 years? Tommy's going to do his thing. Of course he's going to be on this channel. Tommy's a close friend of mine, really is. Yeah, when you found out about Joey Testa's crime, were you disgusted? No, I didn't judge people in prison by their crimes. And I even dare, no, I'm not going to say that, but no, I was not. I was more intrigued. No, it's not threat, bro. Me and Mobland know each other. Okay, see, I got you. Y'all have a good night. All right, Dan Shea, thank you for coming on, bro. Catalan boss country. No, it's not. Catalan is not boss country.
No, it's not.
Okay. What does Marta envision for your platform? Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Something where you get, where it gives us some stability. That's the question, maybe?
No, what do you envision for my YouTube channel, basically, or my platforms? What do you think?
Well, talking about prison stories, I mean, that's the question, right? Talking about prison stories.
So,
yes.
So just so you guys know, Marta can speak English, but sometimes there's certain words that won't let her allow context. That's why you hear me.
That's all the situation. I'm very stressed these days because of all what's going on. So, and when I get stressed, I don't function. That's a problem.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So when you get stressed out more, so does your brain always talk to you in Spanish?
Now that I'm here, no. It probably it talks to me more in English.
When you're stressed?
And when I'm stressed, it doesn't talk. I mean, I don't know.
So there's times when I'm like, your language has digressed. I'm not criticizing her because I've never learned Spanish, even though I was around Mexicans my whole life, but I never learned because I'm an idiot. But so she does know 3 languages fluently, but there's times when she gets what I've been saying frazzled, and we're going through a lot. And to top it off, 2 days in a row, I did not complete her to-do list.
Because I do to-do list.
Yes,
so I'm not a dictator. It's just that he doesn't do the stuff if I don't write it, which I'm very happy. It doesn't matter. So as long as he does the duties, cool. So if I have to write it down, no problem. So
yeah, and 2 days in a row. April, Joey was coked up most of the time. He just remembered. Yes, he was. Andreas Rodriguez. How do you say it? Andres?
Andres Rodriguez.
Okay, what channel do you enjoy? For sure, Franzese. Yeah, because Sammy does the same thing that Don't Be a Jimmy does. Justifies in ways. April Red Room, of course, makes all the sense in the world. There's Bradley. Brad, I got to learn how to say her name. Nicolaides. How would you say that? He's also from Australia.
Nicolaides.
Okay.
Nicolaides.
Marta looks like Penelope Cruz. You don't like? Do you like Penelope Cruz? Okay.
I don't like.
She's actually real. Yes, I'm very lucky. Yes, the Fox adrenaline boost. Okay. Do you live near Barry Seal's old property? It's an hour away. About 50 minutes away. Yes. So I tried to when she first came here after I got out, it took her 4 months. We were driving back up from Hot Springs here, and we went through Mina, it's about 50 minutes below us. And so we tried to like go through Mina, but we were just, it's our first time of freedom of being out. So of course, you know, we weren't, you know, she's in the country. She can't believe she's here. So remember when we drove coming home from Hot Springs?
Yes.
We went through the little town I told you about, the movie Tom Cruise did.
Yeah.
And we were looking for spots, but then we found out that movie wasn't actually filmed in Mina.
Yeah, it was in California.
Or Kentucky or whatever. So yeah, but I know where the airport and stuff is. Just try this cheapest sex. So here comes stuff. I got to block this stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's what do you call those?
Report.
Remove or
no,
report?
report because it's a spam.
Okay.
Oh, what a commercial content on spam.
Okay.
Yes, report.
So I don't block people, but
Okay. No, this is a spam.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
want that.
April, pretty hair, Marta.
Thank you.
So you know what it is, but I'm going to tell you something. That's not, her natural hair is more wavy, frizzy, or whatever.
No, not wavy. It's
What is it?
super frizzy.
It's not as frizzy as you think. She says it looks like a lion.
It's Mediterranean hair, which is super frizzy.
This is a good
It's
one.
a lion. What attracted you to Rob? Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He paid me attention, which he did pay me attention. It's not only that. So he gave me a lot of advices. He listened to me.
It's on my.
Yeah, he was like Jiminy Cricket.
That's what you used to say.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. I know what were you going to say? Like when I was in prison, I paid you so much attention and things are different. Yeah. So it's true. It's true.
Now he pays attention to the cell phone, to other people, and that's it.
Okay. Don't go there. Show. Give them on yours and got the content. So Chris, I'm going to go on that show first, and then we'll see what happens. I do want Danny Trio on. I know what you guys just said about him stealing pictures. I don't want to talk about anything else but his prison stuff. Marta pronounced my last name correct. It's Greek. Okay, Bradley. So that's what Sharna, the girl I knew, Sharna Pimpness, she was Greek as well. So I guess there was a lot of Greeks in Australia originally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Marta pronounced, okay. Did Marta ever meet or see Carmine in a visit?
No,
No.
because he was in Butner, and I never visit Robert to Butner.
Yeah.
We were not together yet.
Yeah. I know he knew of her. What was that? I know he knew of her. Oh, shoot. I just realized I can scroll back down. So I've been missing comments, and I didn't even know I can scroll back and see them till right now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't. Okay. What's up from Brooklyn? Okay. Urian. Man, I'm bad. Marta pronounced my name. Did Marta ever see or meet Carmine? No. But like I said, he was going to hook her up in the limo and he was going to take care of her if she came over at one point. Robert, I mean this with respect. Your wife is so freaking hot. She gets a pass on any freaking thing she wants. Peace. I don't take that. So I'm not. I used to be more of a jealous guy at some point in my life. With her, I don't want to take away. So, for example, me and my first wife were junior high school sweethearts. She didn't have an identity. She was Rob's old lady. So I was popular in my hometown, coke guy, surfer, party guy, happy-go-lucky. And people used to say that was like Rob and Rob's old lady. And later on, she would like really freak out about that, and I never got it. So with her, I don't want to change her. Well, yes, in some ways, but I don't want to change her or who she is. And of course, there's well, she's out of my league. So, she gets, anyway. Well, you want to add something? I knew, or Rob, I mean, this is okay. Marta would have an audience on here just reading a food menu. Yeah. Hi, April. Bradley Nichols. Does she miss Spain?
I miss Spain. So this is a question that I'm always asked everywhere I go. So yes, if I miss something in Spain, well, some food, that's true, but especially family and friends. But now I'm starting to realize that I'm missing more stuff, like the conditions at work. Okay, so if I go to the doctor or something like that, if I get sick, it's like, I'm not going to lose my job, so by law you can't. But here it's different. And it's like, to me, it's crazy. So the medical where you need to pay a lot of money for getting medical assistance, to me, it's crazy.
Okay, stop. So weigh in on this. Your healthcare compared to our healthcare.
Our healthcare?
Yes,
What do you mean?
socialized
Compared?
medicine.
To me, yes. I mean, I was always very hard on socialism by saying that, I mean, why do I have to pay such amount of my wage for people that they don't work, you know? But now it's pretty different. I do really think that, well, it's pretty hard because even it's hard for me. I mean, I deserve to have medical assistance, but I can't afford it. And to me, it's like, wow, it's expensive. It doesn't make sense. And I don't like the system that you have, the pharmacy system, doctor system. No, I don't like it.
So when I got out, the healthcare system's different. The PA, the providers, all that other stuff. And I've said this before. You got nobody. If somebody's missed it, I criticize prison, which is basically socialist communist healthcare system, because it's all, the thing about prison medical care is in certain places it can be good if you take a proactive stance. Okay. So I was like, sometimes I was late on my appointments. So if I had tumors that reoccurred, sometimes they didn't get me out for months, blah, blah, blah. I get out of prison and I tell the cardiologist, my heart's in regular beat. I've got bladder cancer. So please, make sure you clear me, blah, blah, blah. Would not clear me. The first thing was they wanted to get me in 2 weeks after they discovered a tumor, but I was going to pick her up. So being in prison 24 years, the last thing you want is blood or just have tumors removed when you see your wife for the first time in the flesh and spend time with her. You know what I mean? So the doctor understood. However, then the cardiologist would not clear me. And the earliest I can get in for EKG or echo or whatever it was 6 months. During that time, we got in quicker. During that time, my cancer went the deepest it's ever been. It stayed in the outside of my liner, but it went a little deeper. So haven't had problems navigating the healthcare system for sure. So Marta, do I still give you a lot of attention?
No. No, that's true. I mean.
Okay. So
no.
let me rephrase it this way. After May 31st for up until Tuesday last week, was I doing better giving you attention?
Yeah. I mean, everything is related to living in here. That's what I think, because the last month was perfect when we didn't get comments and things. And yeah. So I still have the hope that when we get out of here and never come back.
Well, babe. No, we're keeping a house now.
Okay, you'll come on the weekends, not me. So
anyway.
So yeah. So I still hope that everything is gonna change when we get out of here.
You still have faith in me somewhere down there,
that's
right?
the only faith. If not, I'm gonna beg. Goodbye. Yeah.
So really, and I mean this. So yeah, both of us could not have foreseen our lives as now, and I'm telling you, there's been a lot of disappointments I've disappointed her quite a bit. That's the truth. So you couldn't get attention before me. Listen, and I've said it before, and you can say it. She had what I considered a very good boyfriend. Mm-hmm. She did. Woo. Yeah. The way you said that was like I fucked up.
Sometimes I think about it.
So
my life would have been more simple. Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, it's not that I didn't get attention, but that kind of attention when you have someone that is 24 hours for you, that it's like writing a journal, where I think that, and I think that now that everybody it's social media or something like that, I think that now everybody is aware that when you are writing through a screen, you are losing the rhythm that you are, that you have another person on the other side. It's like you are talking to yourself. Okay. But I had another person by my side, and his feedback was very good. He was really good. I'm telling you, the guy was really good for it. I'm sorry. He was very good, but it's true that we didn't share the same values. So he was on one more materialistic, So there were things that eventually it wouldn't have worked out. That's what I think. And now I'm very happy because he's very happy with a new girl that I really think that she fits.
Who he is.
Yes, exactly.
So I want to say this, in case you guys aren't aware. This girl right here, simplest girl I've ever known. You know what, Marta? You know what she basically demands of me beside my to-do list? To watch to like by 8 o'clock to sit on the couch and watch a movie.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I ask. And on weekends, being with me, whatever, but no phones, no calls. I mean,
My phone
nothing like
drives her
that.
crazy. My phone drives her crazy.
So no, not him all the time. I mean, it's not constantly. It's all the time. It's all the time. So no, I'm not someone who's with someone because of money. Someone because of. I only want someone to get attention because I make money. I'm totally independent. So I only want someone to spend my life with. You know, doing things, traveling, going to restaurants. So
does not want a big house. Does not want an expensive car.
I don't want a big car. I don't want any of that.
Guys, listen.
I
It's
want
nuts.
experiences and someone to share those experiences with. That's the only thing that I want. And I think it's not so rare because I know a lot of girls like me. So yeah.
So aren't I giving you experiences that you never could have dreamed of? I'm being sarcastic.
But I want good experience.
Right. I told you before you came, you don't understand the family.
Yeah, but what about your side?
What do you mean?
You were talking about your family. Okay. But what about you? So the constant calls, the constant oof. No.
Fair.
I mean, it's not that it's not that I want in 24 hours. That's impossible. I'm working 8 hours a day. 1 hour, so I spend 9 hours out of home. No, not 9 hours, because I have 45 minutes before going to work. So that's 1 hour and a half that I spend driving to go to work. I work 8 hours, 1 for lunch. So I'm out of house like 11 hours. And you were telling me that when I get home, you still have to answer calls. You still have to make videos. You still have to do the duties at home. So, I mean, I think that I'm being realistic. You know, I'm putting the things under perspective, and I'm right.
Okay.
What does he does? So he wakes up I think that later than he would be supposed to. He wastes a lot of time when he meets someone on the street. It's like, oh, there we go.
Okay, so for example,
he can say no. He can say, okay, now I don't have time. He can say, okay, now I'm busy, so I'm leaving.
So you said that I don't have concept of time.
Exactly.
So, for example, the big thing to do every day here, 6 days a week, is to leave this house and go just a couple blocks away to the post office. That's like my outing. That's like, okay, I'm going to the post office. Between here and the post office or Dollar General, that's the two things. My summers were spent here. I know people here. And other people go to the post office too. So I will see somebody and a conversation will start. And then I don't realize like 2 hours has gone by and I'm just right here. And then I come home and and that's true. And pretty much.
And
it's true.
It's 1,000 times. It has happened this 1,000. I'll be back 10 minutes. So 10 minutes for Robert is 1 hour. It's like this.
We got a lot to talk about in this little town, babe.
Huh?
We have a lot to talk about in this little town.
I have a lot to talk to.
People, I'm just saying, I'm being sorry. Yeah. Anyway, look, you two look like you belong together. So happy for the two of you.
Yeah.
Did Marta like the Money Heist on Netflix?
Oh, yeah. La Casa de Papel in Spanish. Actually, the real translation, it would be the paper house. The paper from the bills, the money bills. So why did I think that I only followed the first season because to me, the rest of the seasons, it was all the time the same thing. So I got a little bored and I stopped watching it. I'm
reading the comment here. So first of all, Good night, Marta and Robert. Joe Delamere. Okay, thank you both from England.
night.
From England, babe. That's your
Yes.
favorite place. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not that.
I'm kidding. DeWolf, Danny Trios pimping out. Lee. Okay. April, you told Carmine about Marta. I mean, oh yeah, Carmine was there from the
Yeah,
beginning.
because we were friends.
Yeah. So,
By then.
and Marta also came into my life. So it's 2010 when I was like probably the best me I've ever been. I think. Yeah. So it was the time that I was the cleanest in my life, but it was like a growing point in my life. And again, Carmine was a big influence on me. So from the day I got the email that my family said that this girl from Spain wanted to talk to you, and I was like, whatever. So he was there, and then really, so that was August. December is when I started kind of catching some kind of feelings about December. Actually, it was when you were out with your boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and you left to write me on New Year's.
And he thought that I was in love with
Oh,
him.
you were.
Just
You
by
did.
sending
You
a
did.
message, Happy New Year.
You did.
It's New
That's when
Year's.
That's when it
Spain.
That's when
It's
it
like,
happened.
what?
Yeah. That's when you wanted me.
Oh my God. Well, no, it's like here. So the verbal communication, even the physical communication is totally different. So, I mean, if I send an email on New Year's Eve saying, "Hey, Robert, Happy New Year from Spain," no, I wasn't flirting with you. I was not. So, no. That's not a sign. You were giving me signs, and I didn't give you anything.
So Carmine, so we talked, and Carmine said, he said that I was going to end up with her. Carmine,
Because you were in love with me.
no, what I was, so let's go back to 2007. I was in the hospital taking care of Jojo Russo. There was a nurse, and I started, because she's female, pretty, I started catching feelings, and then I realized how unrealistic it was. And I got into my head about it. So that was like, what? So let's just say I can go screw her right now over here. But I'm giving an example. Then what? So instead of being a guy and just saying, hey, let's take it for the moment that it is, I started like going too far. Oh, then what? Then I got a life sentence, and so that's what happened. Then I started getting guys in prison with life sentences and on death row get letters from women. Especially if you're, I had the website. I was getting like 50,000, whatever. So I was getting groupie mail or letter from crazy girls. There was a girl right before she wrote me that was a pre-med student that was drop dead gorgeous, not as pretty as you, but she's a pretty girl. And she wrote me this 5-page letter, like type or from a computer, and I think I got mad, and I wrote her back like, what happened so bad in your life that you'd want to reach out to a guy in prison with a life sentence? I was really mean, uncalled for. And then I find out that this girl from Spain wants to talk to me. So I was like, what? And then they said, well, she wants to help you get out of prison. I was like, this will be funny. That's what happened. That's originally what started it. So when I started to get these feelings for her, 4 or 5 months on, whatever it was, I was like, I got into my head. I didn't tell Carmine like that, but he said, so there's sometimes I help Carmine with the computer. We got the computer system the day after me and her started corresponding, the day of, whatever. My mom was my first email contact. We didn't have computers, an email system prior to that. When she came into my life, it was my mom, my sister, and then her. Like, those were my first 3 contacts. So Carmine, like me, had never been on the internet. That's not the internet, but it was direct email access for approved people only. So I had to help teach him with the computer. So he was sitting right next to me when I was getting messages from Marta. And sometimes, like we would read them together at some time, So he knew a lot about her, and, he'd ask questions. Would Marta have to say today? So yeah. And he was early on said that I would end up with her. And when he found out, he sent me a Christmas card, but he sent messages through a couple other guys. So that, yeah. And he was like, I told you, I knew it. That's what the response was. Yeah. So, and Jonathan Pollard is another one. Israeli spy was another one that said that I'd end up with her for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I was over talking you up or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Here we are today, babe. Danny Trio, you told Carmen about Marta. John Wolf is not really into there. Will you make a video on what you know about Poly? No, I won't, about Poly G. What you heard from TK. Tom, I'll let Tommy do that. I wanted to a couple times because of comments people made, like, you don't know anything about that case. I read everything. And I'm like, you don't. There's Machiavellian moves there. That's all. Gotcha. EXO. Thanks. Okay, April. Danny Trio has his hand in Lee's super chat pocket. I think Danny Trio and Lee are kind of helping each other out. I don't know enough about the truth. What's good? DeWolf. What's up, bro? Sean, only dorks say dork. Okay. DeWolf, not much me enjoying Convict Inc. That's true. Thank you. I'm thinking Danny made Leroy tosses salad and washes clothes. You know what toss salad means? Toss salad.
Toast salad.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's called tossing salad. Isn't it strange that cigarettes are sold in gas stations since smoking is prohibited there? Whoa, what's this? Hey, there's Chad. There's your buddy. There's Chad.
Oh, hi.
So, all right. What's the best? Hold on. This is that stuff again, right? Okay, so I have to go here.
Report.
I hate this stuff. Okay. So, Banjo, love the channel. Love the channel. He sold Banjo $40. John Wolf Banjo held for it. He's going to skull Lee and Danny on Mob 2. No, so the Wolf, I don't want to go argue with Lee. I want to have conversations. I want them to put out their view about whatever. So Danny has talked to people family members that I've done videos about. And like I said, I'll stand by everything I said and correct two things. There's two things I'm going to correct that will possibly give people that don't like me, oh, I knew it, but whatever. The snake said you're going to be with your current wife. That's pretty amazing. So Prince of the City, the video I will do for Mob 2, which is actually the 4th of July, is about Carmine, and he absolutely hated the name The Snake. So much so that he snatched a young black kid up. Maybe my dude will come on and do the Wayne, because he was there, the one with the cars in Los Angeles. So he was a part of it, and he can tell a lot about Carmine's time in Lompoc. What's the best advice or life lesson you got from Carmine? Wow, so many. I don't even know, really, right? So because I got sent to Butner 1 that had a lot of people that we considered bad, child molesters, blah, blah, blah. And I was around a small group of good guys, which would be Carmine in the beginning. Carmine, Joey Tested, Daniel Castelli, a couple other guys. We were real close, tight-knit. I can even probably say I learned quite a bit from Joey. Off the top of my head, I do not know, but he liked to talk about current events, politics. We got a lot of good laughs, a lot of good times, some issues. Of course, I talked about that when he was snatched the headphones off my head. He knew that, I hate to say this, he knew like I wasn't some mob fanboy and that I respected him because he was an elder guy, not because he was a mob. He knew that, like he did. And I know people said that sometimes I was a nut swinger. Yes, I held the stinger. I was a low man on the totem pole, but I was also the youngest. As far as, no, it was like at his beck and call, absolutely not. And he respected me as a man because of that. And he told me that. Anyway, but I really enjoyed the stories about New York, his family, not mob stuff. He had pictures sent in from, I forgot what relative, that showed the streets of New York with dirt and horses and all that. That was amazing. Yeah. And I remember hearing on NPR, there was a guy that was like the head of the organized crime task force. And he was out in LA trying to help clean up the street gangs in LA. And he was talking about how basically that they'd flip easy, that they were basically nothing, but there was guys at the top who were smart. And he said, one of the smartest guys I've ever come across, had a 4th grade education, and can run any Fortune 500 company. Carmine Persico. Man, I didn't even want to go tell him because I was out on the track walking. When I went back in, boy, he gloated. You know, it was funny, that smile. It was funny. Carmine had a great laugh, smile. Yeah, he did. He did, with or without teeth. The snake, okay, the best advice. Rob, your wife is smart cookie. Yeah, she is. How do you kick opioids? People can't get off Suboxone. How do I kick opioids? So, how did I kick opiates? How did I stop doing opiates? That's what the question basically is.
I don't know the answer.
Oh, well, we had a conversation before
Uh-huh.
we came on, and so I did drugs on and off through prison. Let me ask you a question about something. Looking back, and you said like how I was there, I was able to be your Jiminy Cricket, give you advice, blah 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 blah. Do you look at it as like I lured you or manipulated you or anything like that? Truthfully, do you think I was gaming or trying to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I asked that because I was thinking of just certain things. And I was just wondering that now because of how you see me since I've been out of prison. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all. That's what I was asking. That's what I meant. Yeah, straight up. So I won't get all into it, but I was from driving Marta home, I was talking about like how I relapsed. And I've talked about this to her before. And I've written about it before. Relapse, the next chapter was the article. But I was going over the events and I see her like looking at me like questioningly, like questioning what I was saying. And I didn't get it. And after I was done and the car door shut, she's like, but you always avoid, telling me when I ask you a direct question, what you did after we got married, basically. Is that what you were saying?
In our relationship, married or not.
Oh, well, I told you everything before. So
Details about that. It doesn't matter eventually.
No. What do you mean about what I said about Sharna and stuff today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's minor. It's minor details. So anyway, here's what happened real quick. Right before we got married, I was on the phone with my mom, and I made the comment, before I marry Marta, I'm going to tell her everything, meaning that I had been using on and off, whatever. And my mom, like, are you sure? Well, all my calls and emails were monitored. So the people that monitored me see me in the hallway, and he said, are you sure you're going to tell Marta everything before you got married? And it kind of, you forget you're monitored after a while when you live like that, right? So sure enough, I did. And it was like if I cheated on her with a woman. That's how I think she took it originally. Then the next day after I told her, she's in a taxi coming into the prison and she gets stopped. Boom. Here comes law enforcement. Well, they're in a truck or whatever, right?
No, they were on the street. I don't know what they were doing. Well, they were
waiting for you.
No, because they were asking every car that was getting into prison, all visitors, they were stopped.
Okay, I thought they just stopped your taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the guy's name is Camden. He's the head of SIS. Knows more about me than any other person probably ever in my life. Really does. Good, bad, whatever. So he said what to you?
Well, he was not alone. There were like 4 other officers or something like that. And he told me, tell Russell to tell you everything. I said, well, he did it yesterday. Are you sure? Everything? And I say, yes, everything. Because if he doesn't tell you the truth, I'm gonna punch him on the face. That's what he did. And I was like, so when I get in the visit, it's like, so what else do you have to tell me? I thought that it was about girls. It's like, but
so first of all, staff is never supposed to do that. I know why he did. He was kind of like calling me, like putting me on there, and they just thought that probably she's too good for me, like she's a godsend. So they heard all our conversations. They knew like she's the real deal. What you see, she's the real deal, right? And again, never smoked, drank, no drug history, no chaos history with family or friends or criminal life, just square, which is good. Square means, you know what square means? Okay. So, yeah, I was a little upset at first, but in the end, I knew why they did. So, right before we got on the air, the question was like, when are you going to tell me the rest or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the truth is I wrote journals. And one of the things about journals is you have a tendency to write the bad stuff, not the good stuff too. So there's a lot. And she has never, like, they're right there in this box. And when she said that, I just said, there will come a time. And I've been waiting. And yes, I dodged. And she's like, you dodged it. So yes, I do. So my point being, we got married in December of 2017. So there was times that I used after that. And of course, right before I left, I started drinking and during COVID, which hadn't been for a long time. That was because the warden told the staff to let them do what they wanted. Anyway, so you asked the question about on and off. So there was long periods I did, and then it was on. So the point being, the truth is, even when I was clean the 4 years, I was more of a dry drunk, and I really preached a lot and had people reaching out to me about what to do about addiction. And yes, so I put Band-Aids on it. Even in the clean times, I wasn't, I mean, that's the way I look at it now, to be honest. So that's why I never want to be like the guy right now of giving advice and like, how did you get off this? How did you get off that? Well, there was periods that I did, and then I didn't. That's how it worked out. And there's books written about it. I got journals detailing it one day. John Wolfen in Boston now, Blood on the Razor Rider. What's up, bro? Hey, what's up, Chad? I don't know if you saw the little short I did. I said, well, make sure you watch Blood on the Razor Wire, then me and Marta will be on. So, Chad Marks, again, your name came up, I want you to know, the other day. Well, she can be more like Chad, said somebody in a position of, anyway. Richard Dowling, hit the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button and donate. What's CashApp or what's all my?
Well, everything is the description and the description of the video.
Yeah. So Chad, if you guys have not subscribed to Chad's channel, please do so. Yeah, really. And he's just getting better and better too. Where is Sunny, my John Wolf, XO, April, Chad Marks, with respect always. He knew. Wait, what happened? And I go, oh, here we go. Dirt. Good evening, buddy. What happened? Oh, I went like crazy. Hold on, notice.
Oh, let me do this.
I went way down. Yeah, this is way. So let me go. Hold on. I kind of know where I'm at after. Today, your time making scarf. Wow, Chad. Okay, here we go. Rat behavior from FBI. Okay. Jonathan Pollard was in CMU. Jonathan Pollard was also in Butner 1. Guy, they wouldn't even allow him to have a wristwatch. Blood on the Razor Wire, TV in the house, Richard Dowling. Did you ever do time with Nikki Scarf? And no, hit the like button. Thank you, Ron Gross. Chad rules. Chad does. Art Still, you have thought of any new enthusiasm to replace David? Okay, I don't know. Excuse me. Whoa, your wife is smoking. A mob tube's gonna be hell of a jealous now. Cool out, AC. Okay. Marta's look of explanation of tossed salad, priceless.
What does it mean?
When I told you what tossed salad means,
Yes, but I don't understand.
you didn't hear what I said?
Yes, but.
That your expression when I whispered, like you went, oh.
Yeah.
They're saying it was priceless, meaning that your look. You don't know. Okay. Okay. That's a good point. That Marta's look. Okay. Wolf. A Marta fan. Shout out to the 66-year-old ones with the like button. Thank you. I'm going to give it some thought. Danny Trio is a class act. That's Michael Hensley. Cool. Big chess turn going on in Spain right now. Big chess tournament. Is there a chess tournament going on over there?
Chess tournament? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it.
They call him the snake because he choked Larry Gallo, or that he double-crossed people to get where he was my understanding. But again, he said like nobody ever called him that on the street, but he flips out about the snake. And Carmine did not like being called dad, pops, or old man. He really, I heard him one time. It was funny because this is something like the guy called him pops, and he says, "Pops, pop these nuts in your mouth." It was coming from him. It was crazy, you know. The truth smoking. Will you have Steve back? Yes, Steve. Oh man, Steve called me twice today. I didn't call him back. Gerard. Yes, Steve will be back. The truth. Do you think Carlos Munez deserves an award? Is this you, Carlos?
I don't know who's Carlos Munez.
Well, that's right. Always interested in hearing stuff you know about Alley Boy. Also, okay. So Alley Boy. So wasn't he? So he was. Didn't he have the girl in a different country, the Philippines or something? So Carmine, of course, had high hopes, diplomatic for his kids, wanted them to be, you know, international guys, wanted to marry people in right places. I think, from what I understand, Alley Boy or Michael may have had that in them, and things happen in their life. I want to say something about Alley Boy in the video I did. He absolutely did use the system to get where he wanted to. That means refuse the compound, which whatever, I'm just saying because I'm hearing he did. And I think you can get freedom of information papers saying it everywhere if somebody's been in prison, which would prove that. But anyway, it's here or there. I did reveal what Carmine told to me in private about Alley, that he was worried about him being around basically white gang members. That's what it comes, and getting extorted. He was like a father should. Arthur needs to see some kind of notoriety and fame. Keep it coming. The truth. Rob, just keep being yourself. Don't worry about the YouTubers. If they're talking about you, they're doing something right. You have a great channel. So I don't care if people say stuff about me, especially if I'm not aware. When it came, like, again, I would have not responded to Lee Cole at that moment because he was respectful, asked me to go on, if it would have not have been for other things going on in my life. And then, again, I was so embarrassed to read the words that I wrote when he put them out there. I was like, oh, my God. Jonathan, yeah, I was rooting against him as well. I'll just say I no thought about him, maybe his candidate. Who is David? Hit the X on the top of the right corner and screen it, and you can see it. Hit the like button. Please, everyone, hit. Thank you, Rich Dowling. Maypole, was the biggest night you ever had? What was the best night I ever had in prison? The best night I ever had in prison, probably the last one, knowing I was leaving the next day, or the night I married my wife. Exactly the truth. Hey, David, now that he can be sitting in the head of the mafia. Jonathan, more important, who are you? You wouldn't know it because we don't know. You are the spoiled. Okay, you guys are going back. Stop taking it. That is how you do it. Okay, so they're fighting. What's up, Road to Wolf? Jonah is snooping around, and I believe, okay, I bought 40 square foot mansion. Is Jonathan trying to infiltrate? Okay, they're talking about something. I'm not sure. Dirt cheap runs. Was it blurry? Why is it blurry? So is this channel still
blurry? Because this is a camera that I had a long time ago. We need to buy a new one.
And the back, so Chad has told us to buy the green screen that we still haven't bought.
But it doesn't have anything to do with the quality.
No, I know, but like I'm again, so to do something, yeah. Hello guys, I watch you guys from here in Little Rock. Well, okay, Little Rock.
This is one of the things why we want to collect money too. So we have a better equipment.
There you go. Like I said, I'm pimping. So yes, we'll get there. Couple struggling for a few months, but it'll get there. Great show, thank you. Steph, the truth. Brian Tucker, dirt cheap. Okay, why is it blurry? So, Crewlet Farms. Good evening. I'm in Oklahoma. Okay, so I'm on the Oklahoma line myself. I can throw a rock and hit Oklahoma. Hello, guys. I watch you guys from here in Little Rock. Congratulations on the success with your channel. Thank you, Jonathan. Was only in Little Rock when I picked you up since I've been out. Maybe looking towards Hot Springs to move to. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going that way or that way. I'm not sure. I like Hot Springs, but we'll see. Did you ever come across Mac Dre in the Feds? Mac Dre? Which one was Mac Dre? Was he the? No. I figured he did not want us to see Marta. No, I don't. I'm proud of Marta. Like I'm proud of that. Slow-mo is clear. Need 118 likes, please, hit everyone. Have you heard of Yeah, I know where Lavaca is. Absolutely. Damien Eccles now believes the cop who found the bodies was the actual killer. I did not know that. And he had a lot of creepy proof. Hi, Robert and Marta. What's up, David? BMX. Robert, you're a lucky man. Marta's beautiful. Yes, she is. She's really mean to me sometimes, but she's the real deal. But are you? Ooh, you're the real deal, but am I? Want to answer that? Dog me all night. Go ahead. No.
Yes, he is the real deal. Is this true? I mean, he's very sincere, totally honest. Sometimes I tell him not to be so honest.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But when someone says that he is lying or something like that, it's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I have impulse issues.
Yes, exactly. Because he's very impulsive.
The other day you said something that was like, I forgot what it was, and that was before the events that took place on the Tuesday. I forgot what it was, but you said about us, and you're just like, you're really awesome or something. You said that, and I was surprised. Remember how you said that?
No.
About okay, you're supposed to at least lie. Come on. You did. Anyway, and I was like, because I know that I have not been that guy, it kind of messed me up a bit. But so she believes in me. She believes that there's that.
I know who's saying the truth and who's not. Because it's obvious.
She's the real deal. But are you? The most famous is Marta. Have you ever had have I ever had a paranormal experience? You want to hear a meth story?
Well, no. Is it a paranormal experience or not?
We both witnessed the same thing, but it could have been a meth-induced hallucination.
You're high.
Don't talk about it.
I mean, it's not because he's going to start with a story again in 2019.
Okay, no, I have to now. So 1995, I'm living over the mountain here in a place called Hahn, Arkansas, in the middle of nowhere, and was with the second person I married, and we were out of our gourds, and I took the curtains down in a double-wide trailer because she kept peeking out them. I was using meth at the time. She was predominantly crack, but used meth too. I heard the blender stop. I look over. She's looking out the window. I went over to see what she was doing. I look out, and my jaw dropped. And I said, she looked at me and said, "What do you see?" And I said, "What do you see?" She goes, "What do you see?" I said, "I see a little green gnome with red pants and gold boots." And she goes, "Is he moving his leg?" And I said, "Yes." And she opened the door, and I wanted to say, "No, don't go outside." And she opened the door and walked slowly towards it, sitting on a rock, and grabbed the rock and threw it, ran towards it screaming, threw it at it, whatever it was, and it spun. And we both saw it and went out of sight. True shit. So I read an actual definition of two people hallucinating together. Yeah. So I think we were like up 5 days, but that did happen. I will not tell you about sitting in a tree for 24 hours at this time. You're going to relapse, I'm certain. Stay strong, but so I'm going to relapse.
Well, that's just this comment like this. I would like to ask, based on what? I mean, it's
my erratic behavior at times, and me saying that
that you were always like this. I always make you like this.
So,
I mean,
I suggested to U.S. probation because of certain things to do hair follicle testing on me, and they said they didn't. So I said, put a patch on my arm, sweat patch. I did that. Okay. So anyway, I don't trust Eccles though. Okay. I quit doing cocaine in 2007. Brian Tucker. Drug of choice. I would have to say. I'm thinking I would have to say opiates. Yeah, because I've done lots of different drugs, but I think I loved opiates. Chad left us hanging bad with the GD story. I find you to have one of the most intriguing avatar photos. Imagine if you wanted unsolved mysteries. And your avatar, okay. Chad's one of the realest YouTubers out there. I finished his audiobook today and it was great. Jared, I encourage you guys to get Chad's book and watch Chad. The truth, I'm a damn mess. Okay. DeWolf, Chad going to do part 2 tomorrow. DeWolf talking to me, thinks the person photos some random. I'm not, it's not you, random person that opens up the rabbit hole. Wait. The word. Okay, so I think they're talking. Good luck, Rob. I'm browsing around and there's a billion people here. 120. The truth, it's either me or my best pal. Hey, Rob, you know most of these idiots will try and bring you down. Be well in yours. Okay, Paul Clinton. So if you're talking about mob tubers or people that talk bad about me, again, I don't mind criticism. It irks me at times when somebody takes an entire show, takes one comment out of context and runs with it, and then everybody else weighs in. Yeah, and that gets under my skin. That's true. Carlos is always a candidate, and you're going to tell me later you should never say that because people are going to do that to you. I think John Wolf knows me. John Wolf argued with him most. He tries very hard. Bruno got released. Bruno Whack got released from the feds 2 days ago. Bruno, wait, you're not talking about the guy at the bagel store, Bradley, are you? Okay. What's good, Holmes? Ryan Reed, what's up, Road? Salute, Rosa. You got good content. Thank you. Interesting mofo. Thank you. Jojo AZ. The truth, but what? Robert Rosso is reading the gibberish that thrives in the mob. Yeah, so I'm reading people's comments. That's okay. John Wolf, right? Were you locked up with Larry Lorton? Never. Robert Rosso needs donations for a new camera. I need donations for a lot of things at this point. Thank you, John Wolf. But yes, camera and green screen that Chad's got on me. Marta, you should only be on camera. I should get out of the way. Comments help the algorithm. John Wolf. Lee said every comments help his algorithm. Robert should be thanking us. The truth, I do thank you guys. So I don't even so you guys are going back and forth. Even the other night when people were taking, I don't delete comments at all. Oh man, I just did this. Okay. Stop. Nicole's blocking me. Marta's showing me. Okay, here we go. Hot Springs is a crazy little town. That's where we spent our honeymoon, 3 days at the Arlington. Well, anyways, great channel. Thank you. So wise John Wolf. That's why a wise YouTuber won't block anyone. Watching you from New Jersey. Okay, Kenneth. John Wolf. Lee Cole was told to block me. Lee Cole Hustle. Marta got any sisters? People say that all the time. No, she doesn't. Got any friends? They're asking you.
I have friends.
Do you have any sisters? They're saying they want someone.
No, I have one brother.
I splashed. Thank you. I saw the comment. She's a model. Yeah, she could. Yeah. John Wolf, even if you're being heavily trolled, you can try it harness. Okay. I have an imposter. She's drop dead gorgeous. She is. She's one of these girls that also doesn't think so at times. So I was at the fair with her last year, and she was the prettiest thing in the fair. And yeah. Anyway. And I tell her, and I'm proud of that too. Yeah, I really am. Lee Cole Hustle, okay. Mick Dre was the Bay Area rapper that was convicted of bank robbery in Vallejo. He was killed in Kansas City. Okay, thank you, Arthur. All likes and comments in the first 2 hours are what's good for YouTube. Hit the like button. Lee Cole is quite, what's up? Thank you.
So you have to encourage people to hit likes because it helps the algorithm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. John Wolf, Lee Cole's quite the. What I see in Lee Cole is he is a business and he is maybe smart. He baited me good. Lee Cole believes I am John. Will you start to not chat? He got me. I will address this with Lee. Dre and his friends. Okay. Yeah, unsolved mysteries. Met Dre and his friends. We got to look this guy up, babe. She likes the crime stuff. Matt Dre, John Wolf. Lee is likely watching as we speak. I think Lee would probably jumped on. I said I might go live tonight. Hello from Brooklyn. The truth. So is Danny Trio. I think they would have jumped on though. His modes keep blocking. Great channel. I like your approach. Brian Tucker. Thank you. don't know without a doubt. Have you watched The Office yet? The Office? What's The Office, babe? Gino, what's The Office?
Oh yeah, it's a TV show that I never saw, but they say that it's very good. It's some kind of a comedy, I think.
Okay. So we're not watching that?
I don't know. We can try.
Well, I mean, we'd like to do the series. I didn't know. Vincent McMahon is a real, I mean, CBS, I would long. Okay. Danny's calculated and his head was rolling when Lee mentioned he needed a new mic. I can see Danny Trio when he goes off and says things about people too when it gets under his skin. I think we're alike in that aspect. I don't know. Again, I misjudged him for thinking he was a model inmate and didn't do shit in prison, and the opposite's true. Crazy stuff. Arkansas is a weird place with many mysterious things happening.
I like paranormal things, and when I was younger, I was so infatuated. So with psychophonies, the records that they put records on the cemeteries to listen. Yes, it's something that scares me, but that I want to know a lot.
I saw this crazy stuff in Arkansas. Jerk off comment to the person who said I was going to relapse. That's all right though. You said based on what? Yeah, Joey Franks. He took his time and didn't snitch and came out of prison bigger than he was before. His first album drops. Okay, they're talking about that guy. Damn, why do I keep doing this?
I do it. Made me nervous.
Stop. No, because you're going to take it from me. You're going to control it.
Yes.
You want to control everything.
No, you just passed.
Okay, so I'm right here.
Scroll up.
Good show, man. I was late. Thank you. First album. Thumbs up 80. Hey, guys. Love you. Yeah. Okay. Freebird fan. Oh, there's Freebird. Truth, believe what happened to LCs. Okay. They're talking about who Bruno is out. Okay. It was Paulie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Latino women are the best. Okay. Better take care of her. Yeah. I try the best I can, I think. Marta should start an OnlyFans. So, I think I said that last time, and yes, I'm not going to comment. Okay. We can get you started. No, I'm just kidding. Do Latin kings and Sureños get along in the feds? So at Lewisburg, I'm looking back, there was a large Latin king car, and there was a bunch of Sureños. They did get along, yes. Different yards, probably different things going on. It's about time there was another real person on the subject. God bless. Paul Clinton. Does Marta have jealous tendencies when other women interact with you in a flirty way or otherwise?
Do you respond?
I don't. How do I respond?
I'm a jealous person?
No, I said, how do I respond? What do you want me to say?
Just answer. I'm not a jealous person. I was never a jealous person. He talks to a lot of women.
Damn. Okay, so there's Chad. Listen, Chad, honestly, it was more of a joke, right? It's because I've jokingly said, babe, we got money problems. I've never seen an OnlyFans. I'm never been on. One night I actually Googled it to but so she knows what I'm talking about. I said, man, we're going to have to put you out on OnlyFans, babe. Because money. That's what I was saying. I agree with Paulie Wall on that. Okay. How are you going to, The Office is hilarious. There's an American Gangster. Need 13 more likes. Okay, so please everybody hit the like button. I need 13 more likes. What's 13 more likes going to do, though? Hit the button and get showed up. Thank you, Ruby Tuesday. Bruno was on trial, Gino. I communicate with spirits. You communicate with spirits all the time, John Wolf. Oh, God, Marta's going to want to contact you and try to contact spirits. Jesus. Tony Rivers. I didn't touch anything right there. Okay.
Please, because you waste time. Just wait.
I didn't do it. I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, so you were right here. American
Hola,
Gangster.
¿cómo está?
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Marta should do a paranormal channel I would watch. Marta can just sit there and read the dictionary, and I think some people would watch. Troy, thank you. Andreas Rodriguez, much respect. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Vizcalversa.
She should start a page as well. What kind of page? The Truth.
I
Ooh, she did not like that. Marta doesn't have a damn thing to be jealous about. I'm a prize catch. She should be lucky that I've allowed her to be with me. Okay, go ahead. So, you are not welcome in Wolfmont. Yeah. Okay, the truth. Well, I respect Angel and her daughter having an OnlyFans page would result in many filing bankruptcy due to donate. Okay, volleyball. Marta should start a channel. Seriously. So Marta's the one that originally told me when I was writing that she believed like this YouTube thing was for me. Did you not? You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hit that like and subscribe button. The truth word. Why don't you live by the ocean if you're a surfer? Do you know I grew up surfing? Cocaine stopped me from surfing when I was younger because it got to a point in the beginning I can stay. Well, I didn't like. So I can snort coke and go to bed, probably because of ADHD or whatever you want to say. But so to go to bed, I would do like a huge line and go to bed. But, then you get to be 19, 20, 21, and it just gets easier not to go surfing in the morning. And then you go in the afternoon, and it's choppy and blown out. I do love Arkansas. I feel like this is true freedom down here. It sucks what's happened, but I like the state. This is a great state, a lot of opportunity, and it's becoming Hispanic. I couldn't believe that. That's true.
I don't think it's true, but
You don't think it's true? So 60%. So look it up in Rogers. Look at the class. What 65% of Max's class is Hispanic? That's what.
how many Hispanics in the city?
What we go to drop you off? No, this is a little.
And it's a lot of little towns in Arkansas.
In the Fort Smith, Rogers, Springdale, all that's all. Like everything's in. I can't read the writing. I went to a store with you today and I didn't understand anything none of you guys were saying.
Because it wasn't a Hispanic store, so.
Okay, but what I'm
it's
saying
a
is.
Hispanic store, so you are, and they spoke English.
But they chose not to. You should speak
Because I
English and live in
started
America.
to English, because I started to speak Spanish with them.
Marta should start a channel series. Hit that like and subscribe. Why don't you live by the okay? So we are going to live by the ocean one day in Spain, but there's not waves on that beach, right? Marta can do anything on a channel. She'd stare at the ceiling. Rob are going to watch. That's why I pimped her out tonight and put her on. Your page jumps when a donation.
Well, the truth is that today is the day that you are collecting less money.
Oh, that's true.
So that's not me.
And I probably wouldn't do a live if the video would not, if it would have went up too. Have you seen any UFOs or Sasquatch? I don't believe in Sasquatch.
I don't know what Sasquatch
Bigfoot.
is. Huh?
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Big tall monster in the woods. Oh, Bigfoot.
Oh.
You don't know what that is?
No.
So where are you? Rob, how did you and Marta meet? You're already living in the States when you met Rob. So Arthur, we got a video about that. It's called what? Meet My Pen Pal Wife or something? It was done a long time ago.
Yeah.
It'll detail everything real quick so I don't bore people. You're gonna pass out wrenches at some time. What is wrenches? I recommend the truth. You're going wrenches. Is that something to do with subscriber stuff?
No, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
So I'm gonna do what so if you guys have been around a while, some time ago, I made comments about subscription or something. I'm not remember, what's it called? The fees?
The subscription on YouTube.
And lost a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah, because
So I didn't even know what that means, and I said $30 a month, and people freaked out. I battled back because I get like that sometimes, and then I ate crow. Anyway, I'm going to do that as it's supposed to be done soon. I live by the ocean. It gets cold in the winter. It gets cold in the winter here too. What happens when you put hands on a guard? They can case you up a lot. Some of the old school guards will take off a radio and go toe to toe with you in prison.
Let me go answer to Jimmy Lynn Mess. So how do I send money? So you are going to see in the description of the video how to send money.
Or on my homepage it says too, or something, or what?
Maybe, but in the description of this video, on every video actually,
Well, I think that now you don't edit, but well, you are gonna see it
I didn't. You
in
do
the
it.
description.
No More Prison Cell on CashApp. That's it.
Yes, all
Robert
right there.
dash Rosso
Well,
dash.
don't get people confused.
Okay.
They read the description.
I'm not going to be included in that less money statement. I drink too much too. I'm not going to be included in that less money statement. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm not sure. So I don't. What I was saying is that I didn't know what the subscription or membership fees were, and I had her explain it to me, and I'm like, I don't want to do like $2 and $30 a month. And I made an announcement.
No, I think what he means is when I mentioned that actually today that being here is the day that you were making less money.
Oh,
And
okay.
he say,
Okay, I got
he
it.
wants to save
I got
money.
it. Thank you. Wrenches are for you to let us that been around a while from the beginning moderate you.
That's for you to
Okay, Marta needs to watch a Bigfoot documentary, so that's true. Thanks, Robert. Check it out. So I don't know about moderators, so that's a control thing.
yeah.
Wrenches,
Yeah, but I think it's good. But sometimes you need someone to shut your mouth, So
So if that's something that she's going to want me to do, that's what's going to end up happening. Love you, man. Keep moving. The 100, man. No matter what goes on around your life, keeps doing what you're already doing, guys. King, cool. Life. Thank you, Freebird family. The truth, Rich. He will give the truth a wrench. So a couple people have reached out and asked me, if it goes around in her mind and that's what she decides, that's what will probably happen. Give me a ride someday, and every time I think to ensure when you come to New York, I'll show you some cool spots. Ruby Tuesday. There'll be a time I'll go to New York because I have to visit a friend there at some point. I know the truth, and he's a good moderator. She said tonight was the least money. I said, okay, how do I send? I got it. Okay, Jimmy T. Thank you. Okay. So you're saying that, yeah, okay. You're saying that you're not going to let that happen because she's on, so to speak. Bradley, you two are adorable together. You both should do this more often. Thanks, Brad. And again, I can't stress enough that we're going to talk really, really soon for you have some incredible stories. Oh, that video you sent me that shows the guy with the cell phone basically saying the same thing I talk about, what I hope will happen with these prison videos. I have to show you. I didn't show her yet. I will use that at some point. I don't even know how to put a video on. We'll get to that. Did you do any time with the Italian mob guys? Any of the West Coast families? What West Coast families? Be careful you give wrenches to, right? So we can kick people off and shit that act up. Ask Chad about it. Robert, did you do any time? What's up, brother? I hope all's well. James, what's up? John Wolf, you need a CashApp. I have CashApp.
We have CashApp.
I have
If you
CashApp.
see in the description, you see the CashApp.
Where's my phone? It's Robert. What's CashApp? What's the Robert Rosso? No more. Oh, it's No More Prison Cell. No More Prison Cells. My CashApp. Right? You don't need. Yeah. You know who are you to destroy my dreams? I'll hit you on cash. So after the show, thank you, Jimmy. How much to give the truth at rent? Wait, how much to give at the truth at rent? So how much money are you're gonna donate if I give them the rent? I can't do that. I have to know more about all that stuff about them.
Oh yeah, because I think that this is not what I thought. I thought it was someone who has a channel too, and sometimes I think, okay, I'm gonna do a debate. So he called that person and the other person, and he moderates the debate. But it's like you let some person to run your channel.
Yeah.
And
So again, so there's some people that are either supporters of mine or supporters of somebody else, and people get in corners. And the truth is, I honestly don't care about constructive criticism. And sometimes I can handle bad criticism, but not all the time.
Moderators on comments in the chat. Okay. Yeah.
So moderate these comments here is what they're saying.
I know that. Yeah. I heard some of that of some Spanish YouTubers that I follow.
Gee, rocket volleyball.
And they know that they have moderators, but I don't know how it works.
Midwest families. So the question was, did I run across any Midwest? So I did the video about Eddie Cox the other day. Does that count? The Black Mafia out of Kansas City. So I pick people you like your wife to be moderators. I don't know if that'd be good. Family or close friends. Family? Did you say pick family? Yeah. Okay, I got a new phone. Trying to learn. Have you not been watching lately? Anyway, I think you fucked up the Red Sea Solid Road. Arthur, or from the Southeast families, they are now defunct New Orleans. No, I didn't know any from there, Arthur. No, I did not. No, I can't think of.
Torrecuñons. How did you get that word?
Where's that?
It's someone wrote that. It's a super Catalan word.
Because
Just like it's
what's
like
it say? What's it mean?
someone so you are being a pain. That's
Ooh, that's a big one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And even the little ones, so I don't mean to be like, but yeah, I didn't expect that. I want to answer this. Biggest purchase during your hustling days. Okay. So if you've seen my earliest videos, I referred to myself as up until 1996 as a struggling drug dealer. So there were times, so I never had $100,000 for sure. Well, the last time what happened was I stepped into something that I never expected. In 30 days, I made over $100,000 and it was quick. Put that money away, like buried it literally. And then everything after that. So I was at the time, if it was meth, 3,000 a pound, 20,000, I was getting kilo of coke, 10 to 15, 25 to 30 here. Pounds of pot, 500, I sold them for 1,000, 100 pounds at a time. So you asked biggest purchase, right? I was a dumbass gambler. I bought 3 Corvettes one time before I went to bed. An accident. I wasn't even a Corvette guy. I liked Porsche 911s. That was where my heart was. But for some reason, I bought Vets and ended up with 5 of them. But biggest purchase. So, God, I mean, I would go to Walmart after 12. I was one of those people. You go to Walmart after midnight, and it's like everybody's high, or it used to be. I've never been. So, and I would sometimes spend thousands of dollars in Walmart at a time. So I had 4 residences to pay. So cars all the time, 21 vehicles, Kubota tractor, 27,000 cash. So just jerk off stuff. Now, if you, I hit a jackpot on slots for $89,000. 89,000. I had brought, I think, 10 in with me, 10,000. I used to play 3 slots at a time. I'd always win on, I would never spend more than $3,000 on slots, on $5 slots, and before winning like 10 grand. Once I won, I jumped to the $100 machines and lost everything. I won all that money, lost it all, went to the car, got $50,000, lost it all, and had to call my mother in the middle of the night to Western Union me gas money to get home. Yeah. And all that stuff came up in my trial too. How much do you weight and height? He'll clean up, hit this chat. People will start trolling Marta soon. I don't, okay, anyway. How much your weight, if they're asking you that or me, Blanco, were they talking to you? You know in kilo, you don't even know in pounds.
Well, today I think it's 5'4", and
they may cause you to get flag races. If you're asking me, I always say 5'11". I'm on close to the 6 foot mark, and I'm fat, like 240. Anyway, and Marta likes me being fat, by the way. You take criticism a lot better than many people. You always seem to put yourself. 5 Corvettes in a small country town. No wonder, John Wolfe. Bingo. And not only did I have 5 Corvettes, I drove them fast with bottles of Jack Daniels in my lap.
You only needed a light on your head.
And a joint in my mouth. And we didn't have, they still don't, no helicopters, only in Little Rock. So if I saw a cop that was coming to get me, I outran them and threw drugs out the window. It was a rush. I created my life sentence. If I was law enforcement in this town, I would have gave me a life sentence or did something worse to me. No bullshit. I was an arrogant 27-year-old prick and out of control. out of control. I hate losing $1 when I play the lottery. So I went to Tunica, Mississippi 3 days a week. I like gambling alone. I like slots because I didn't have to talk to people, not cards. I liked cards, but I liked just me and the machine and the girls that brought drinks and the girls that brought other things. And I brought them cocaine. I hate losing $1. Robert, what do you think is the nicest beach community on the West Coast? I haven't been home. I haven't been on the West Coast in so long, so I don't know anymore, right? So everything's changed. Hell, there's like white people in Inglewood now, right? So I mean, really, in like Arkansas, like here, I know I have great relatives that are rolling over in their grave because of the racial demographic in Fort Smith. Just all the really, it's a trip. I hate losing it. Robert, what do you think? Okay, you have quads and dirt bikes? No quads. We have a side by side. Marta bought it. It was a dumb purchase. Just kidding. The Wolverine. They're asking about dirt bikes. You know what bike I like? So I had a Katana and a Ninja when I got arrested. And yes, I was an idiot going over hundreds of miles an hour on those two without a helmet, in shorts and no shirt. There's a bike that they have at Yamaha right now that has 2 front wheels. I know some people hate it, but they have them in Europe. And I watched videos of it. My God, the way those things turn. But I'm too old. Yeah, and Marta would flip out if I came home with the motorcycle. Wolf. Kluger plan in Fort. What is this? Calgary plan in Fort Smith?
Calgary plan.
John Wolf, I don't know what you're saying right there. That's where Bill Clinton's from. Is it? Bill Clinton's from Hope, whatever. Bill Clinton. Slick Willie. You know what Bill Clinton did as a governor? He came to these towns, all the little coffee shop where the old men used to hang out and sat down and drink coffee with them. They loved Bill Clinton. He was a good bullshitter. I'd make a good politician. Just kidding. Made me read that book. Okay. Anyway, you about done, babe? It's been 2 hours, right?
Yes, and I gotta go to sleep.
No movie tonight.
Yeah, no.
Okay, guys, look, so we appreciate you. Yes, Marta. So we had talked about this, like doing this together once a month, right? Before. Talked about a lot of things, but anyway, the Turner Diaries. Monica loved Bill too. Family drama is the worst. Both of this guy has been around a while, and it's like a native and a really, really like awesome guy. What does Marta's parents think of me?
Ooh, that was very hard. So when all
Go
the
ahead,
truth popped up,
No, start.
they
didn't-
didn't know anything
Yeah.
because I couldn't do it. So my family, I mean, this is another league. I mean, we never did drugs. Nothing at all. So he was totally the opposite that a dad would want, right? I mean, let's
So,
be honest.
Real
So-
quick, Marta and I were together as in couple for 7 years, right? 7.
Mhm.
Okay. She never told her family. However, I think that they knew something, right?
They knew.
They loved her. It's honestly, and I'm not saying this bad, and I can. When we
I
start,
didn't want to suffer.
Yeah.
Because of course they had a lot of prejudices. Someone who is in prison, someone who was dealing drugs.
Catalan
So,
father, conservative.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sure.
my dad is very conservative. So yeah, that was crazy. But now they know that I'm here, I'm happy, and he's not a bad person. So, and he's not doing drugs, not dealing drugs, despite of spreading rumors. So if I was thinking that he would do something like that, I would be the first one taking test on him.
She
I
does
would
drug
never
testing.
be with someone.
She has drug tests. She does.
I would never be with someone like this. I don't want that kind of life. I never want it, so I'm not gonna start being in a life like this in 36 years old. I will never get into a crime for someone. So the only thing my only crimes are speed limit tickets. So no, that's not gonna change.
So what is okay? Great job tonight. Thank you. You ever go ahead, babe.
Oh yeah, I've went to
Ibiza.
Ibiza. Yeah, actually, I have one of my very best friends. She's living there. So the last years, I was going there
What's up,
every
Tom?
year.
Yeah. So and an awesome house.
Oh yeah, that house is a paradise. So she's living the good life in Ibiza.
But is she really?
What?
But is she really?
Yeah, she is.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying compared to you living in our.
Yeah, she is.
The age difference 16 years. I'm 52. She's just 36. So yeah. Yep. You should have kids, says Bradley.
Oh, the question.
I used to listen, honestly, I used to like in my mind, okay, I'm going to go ahead when I get out because she needs them. I want 2 kids. Then I came home and met my grandkids. And now I see her when she looks at kids sometimes with like
I
this,
always love kids.
with this look in her eyes. And I like, no, Marta, get away. No.
I
So,
always love kids.
but because of the craziness in our lives and but who knows, right? Who knows? And who knows what tomorrow brings? Who knows if I can have them with my, there's so many factors, right?
I don't think that I will ever have kids. That's a truth.
Since I've known her, she's never been like, she's.
So that motherhood spirit, I never felt that. And I think that it's supposed to feel like this when you really want to be a mom. Me gusta aprender diferentes idiomas. I like to learn different languages. Yes, that's good. So languages make you free.
D. Gainey, good night, Marta Inc. So there's people saying Marta Inc. Marta has my back. Yes, she does. Yes, G Rocker. Yes, she does.
So you better don't fail me.
I'm trying, even though she can be mean. Damn, Rob hit that one out of the park, bro. Heavy D. Yeah, I did. I know I scored. Hey, Rob, you're a good man. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, I made a magic wand with some small crystals and a Palo Alto stick. That's cool, Marta. I've heard Ibiza is beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's a paradise. It is.
Back away from the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that we don't have the stability on anything in our life, like to start kids. That would be crazy. No, that's not me. When I listen to people that they met 1 month ago and now they are already getting married and having kids. No. I'm a very controlled person and I need to have everything good, stability to start to make things. Especially if you have a kid. No.
Like I said, who knows? And I sometimes I think like my back, my wrist, Anyway.
He's a big baby.
Yeah, I never knew that don't let people's questions trick you into stupid stuff like ruining your life with kids. You have rights, cops have duties. I actually like that. So your law enforcement, maybe. Like I said, we'll see. And I know that, we'll see. Ibiza is crazy party town, nonstop. It's crazy party. And Marta doesn't drink.
Crazy party. No, I don't drink. So I only went in the disco many years ago there. It was in Pacha. And well, it's just that I don't drink alcohol. But yeah, that's very good music. And yeah.
What's the sangria like in Arkansas?
Oh, I think it's totally different. So sangria in Spain, it's wine with fruit.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And all the foreigners, all the tourists, they get so drunk with that because it's like you can tell that you are drinking, That's what they say. I never tried that because I don't like wine or I don't like alcohol.
I miss tomato paste hooch.
And you can't.
Oh, I'm kidding. Made in a toilet. Queens and you. She needs a bird, not a kid. Good night, Marta and Rob. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun watching you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. G-Rocker, me and my wife tried one more kid and got twins. Chad did too. Chad Marks did too. One looks like a little Aryan baby and the other looks like a little native. That's awesome.
That's good. Why do you want 2 kids this equal?
Yeah,
no.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so thank you so much for the money. Thank you so much for all your comments. That was a pleasure.
Okay, one more. I'm gone. Are you in Hot Springs, Duck Fart, Alabama? That's Duck Fart. So we haven't been to Hot Springs since August of last year, but we were going to go shortly. And it is within my probation area, and we're going to seriously look at that. People who drink rarely have fun sober. No, I don't think. Well, man, I don't think that's nice. I caught you live. Love the channel. Keep putting the work in, and it'll pay off. Hopefully, Jimmy Carpenter. Okay, we're gone, you guys. I appreciate it. There might be a video going up right now because I had one that was pending that I'll put up.
Okay, we'll see if it works. I think that sometimes YouTube, the platform, it doesn't work, so the loading is horrible.
Yeah. Yep, love it here. Okay, I see you. Yeah, so within a few months, a couple months, going to Hot Springs. Okay, I gotta go. Talk to you guys. Because I want to keep reading comments, but I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye, you guys. Good night. Thank you. Adios.
Bye. Adios.
What in Catalan?
Adeu.
Okay, bye. I don't like Coke, but I like the smell. Okay. And
That's a smell.
the smell of it, it's like ether.